So now we can see the remaining parts of the chapter 2, New Kings and Kingdoms. So the topics to be covered are warfare for wealth, then about the Cholas. In Cholas we can see about Tanjavur temple, its bronze sculpture, then agriculture and irrigation in the delta areas, then Chola administration, then type of land, everything. So first one, warfare for wealth. See, almost all ruling dynasties are based in a specific region. The main thing here to see is tripartite struggle. That means three rulers, three dynasties. That is Gurjara, Pratihara, Rashtrakuta and Pala dynasties. Their rulers always fight for a city near Ganga Valley called Kanuj. So this fight is called as tripartite struggle. So tripartite struggle means struggle among three dynasties for a single city. It's called as tripartite struggle. Always the rulers try to build large temples. Also when a kingdom attack and try to attack another kingdom, they always first target a rich temple so that they can get more wealth. For example, a ruler like Sultan Muhammad of Ghazni, that is in Afghanistan, he extended his control almost all part of Central Asia, Iran and northwestern parts. He targeted a healthy temple like Somanath temple of Gujarat. So Sultan Muhammad of Afghanistan, he always targeted a healthy temple like Somanath temple of Gujarat. So and also he spent all his wealth to create a capital city at Ghazni. So with all his wealth, he created a capital city at Ghazni. Also he appointed a scholar named Al-Biruni to write details about all the healthy temple in subcontinents. This Arabic work is called as Kitab-ul-Hind. Also other kings like Chahamanas, later known as Chauhan, they ruled over Delhi and Kashmir. So the main king in the Chahamana ruler was Prithviraja III. He defeated an Afghan ruler named Sultan Muhammad Ghori in the year 1191. But later in the next year itself, this Sultan Muhammad defeated Prithviraja III. Next about Cholas. So from Urayur to Tanjavur. See, at first the Kaveri Delta area was more powerful under the Muttaraya. He is the subordinate of the Pallava kings of Kanchipuram. But later in the mid of 9th century, Vijayala from the Chola captured delta area from Muttaraya and he built a town named Tanjavur and a temple. Next, later few years, the successors of Vijayala, they conquered more region and the kingdom became big in size and power. Then in the most powerful Chola ruler called Rajaraja I, he expanded control over almost these areas, controlled more areas. So he tried to control more areas. And also his son, Rajaraja's son Rajendra I, he continued the same policy and he captured Ganga Valley, Sri Lanka and other countries of South Asia. So Rajaraja I, the most powerful Chola ruler, then Rajaraja's son Rajendra I. He also conquered more areas in Ganga Valley, Sri Lanka and other countries of Southeast Asia. The Chola king Rajaraja and Rajendra built big temples at Tanjavur and Gangaikonda Cholapuram. And these temples are famous for its architectural and sculptural marvels. See, this term architecture means they are good in design, building. They are good in design, and sculpture means we can say it is a statue of a person or something made of bronze. Also, these temples were centers of craft production. See, craft production means manufacturing something by hand. That is craft production. Also, the temple got land by the rulers as well as from other peoples. So a lot of temple workers like priests, garland makers, cooks, sweepers, musicians, dancers, they all live near to the temple. You can say that the temple is not only a place of worship You can say it is a center for economic, social, and cultural life. The most craft work are made of bronze images, and these Chola bronze images are considered as most finest one in the world. And the maximum images will be of deities, means god. Then some other images of some devotees. So the Chola's most achievements were possible through the developments in agriculture. So this term agriculture is most important in Chola Empire. The river, you can say the river Kaveri flows through some small channel before emptying into the Bay of Bengal. So before the Kaveri flows into Bay of Bengal, it flows through a lot of small channels. Sometimes this channel overflow and the lot of fertile soil deposit on their bank, on their river bank or channel bank. So we can say that this water flowing to the channel is most good for cultivation of rice. Also, it is most useful for the agriculture. So, with the help of agriculture, Chola Empire got many achievements. We can say Kaveri. This Kaveri flows through small channel before emptying into the Bay of Bengal. So sometimes this channel overflow and we get a lot of fertile soil on their banks. So then they can say that this water from the channel is more useful for cultivation of rice or most useful for agriculture. So it was only from the 5th or 6th century these delta areas are open for large cultivation. A lot of forests were cleared. Also, so a lot of land were acquired. And then there is a various method for irrigation. First one, they will dug some wells. Wells were dug. In some other place they collect rainwater by huge tanks. So some people dug wells. Someone collect rainwater from by huge tanks. Also we can say for better irrigation work we require planning, then organizing labor and resource, then we have to maintain the work and decide how the water should be shared. Next, administration of the empire. See, settlement of peasants known as UR, or you can say it as or. See, these or means it is a general assembly of a small village. See, the term UR means or means it's a general assembly of a small village, and these small villages formed large units called Nadu. Nadu. So this term UR or means it is a general assembly of a village. It contains some tax-paying resident. You can say or UR is a small general assembly of a village, and the assembly contain some tax-paying residents, and these group of such villages formed large units and called as Nadu. So small village, it is a group into a large units called Nadu. The village council and the Nadu performed several administrative functions, including dispensing justice and collecting tax. So for the collecting tax and dispensing justice, the village council and Nadu performed several administrative functions. Also, these all are controlled by Vellala caste under the supervision of central Chola government. So these all, everything Nadu and everything is controlled by Vellala caste under the supervision of central Chola government. And also the Chola kings gave some new titles to rich landowners, that is Muvendavelan and Arayar. So these are the title given by Chola king for the rich landowners. Types of land. First one I can say Velan Vagai, that means land of non-Brahmana. Next one Brahmadaya, land gifted to Brahmanas. Then Shalabhoga, land for the maintenance of school. then Devadana land gifted to temples, then Pallichandam land granted to Jaina institution. So these are the types of land in Chola Empire. Velan Vagai, Brahmadeya, Shalaboga, Devadana, Pallichandam. Then we can say the term Nagaram. See, this is an association of traders and they perform most of the administrative function in the town. So the traders association known as Nagaram and they perform most of the administrative function in the town. And the town's irrigation work, garden, temples are done by a committee called Sabha. Each Sabha had some separate committee and they do the irrigation works, gardens and temples in the villages. And also these Sabha members are these Sabha members are elected by writing their name in a small palm leaf. Say the Sabha had some separate committee to maintain the irrigation work, garden and temples in the village. And the members of the committee are eligible or can be selected by writing their name in a small palm leaf. And these tickets are put in a pot and these are selected by a young boy. So this is the method to select the members in a committee. So name of the eligible members are written in a small palm leaf and these tickets are put in a earthenware pot, written in a pot, and from which an young boy will take the ticket and that will be the committee member name. So the Sabha had some lot of committee to look after irrigation work, gardens and temples in the village, and the committee members are selected by writing their name in a palm leaf, and these tickets are put in a pot, and a small young boy will ask to take out the ticket, so that the committee members are selected. Then who could be a member of Sabha? So to become a committee member, these criteria should be followed. First one, all those who wish to become member of Sabha should be owners of a land from which land revenue is collected. So means that member should have a land and should give some land revenue. The second one, they should have their own home. The committee member should have their own homes. Then age 35 and 70, between 35 and 70, and they should have the knowledge of Vedas. Also, they should have well knowledge in administrative matters and they should be honest. Also, if anyone has been a member of any committee last 3 years, so those persons who are in the committee for the last 3 years cannot become member of the other committee. So these are the criteria for becoming a member of a Sabha. Next, last one, China under Tang dynasty. See, in China, an empire was established under Tang dynasty. So in China, an empire was established under the Tang dynasty, which remained power for about 300 years. So starting from 7th to 10th century. So from 7th to 10th century, China an empire was established in the Tang dynasty. Tang dynasty established an empire in China from the 7th to 10th century, where its capital is Xi'an. It's the largest city in the world, and the city is visited by Turks, Iranians, Indians, Japanese, and Koreans. Also, this Tang empire was administered by a bureaucracy that can be recruited through an examination, which can be open to all. Those who want to wish to appear for the exam, they can easily appear the exam. Thank you. So this is all about chapter 2.